What's up, you guys? It's your girl, Mika Chanel, back with another edition of Mika Chanel is Just Saying. All right, I know it's like late, but I hope everybody had a happy Thanksgiving. I hope you guys checked out my Thanksgiving tag. I thought it was a real cute tag. Anyways, we definitely enjoyed our Thanksgiving with the family, and then the next day we went on a little trip, mini trip, and we just got back in last night, and it was a much needed family trip for the three of us. Anyway, so I still did watch Married to Medicine. I watched actually all of my shows while we were there. Love having the Xfinity app on my phone because I can watch my DVR shows or on-demand shows, things like that. Anyway, so let's talk about Married to Medicine Season 4, Episode number 4. This episode wasn't a whole lot to the episode. Most of the episode centered around Simone and Dr. Simone, Dr. Jackie, and Quad trying to find Dr. Simone's dad. But there was some funny moments in the episode as well. Anyway, so it opens up with Quad and Dr. Jackie. They drive over to Dr. Simone's house to get ready, for their road trip back to Nashville, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, so they could think about finding, so they can see about finding Dr. Simone's father. And so they're loading up the car, and then they start teasing Quad and was like, Quad, we got to go pick up Mariah. And like, as soon as they said that, like her whole demeanor changed, her whole personality was like a dark cloud just came out of nowhere and just like was sitting right here on top of Quad's head, right? Like she was not happy about it, but it turns out it was April Fool's. And so they were just joking with her, but Quad had the doctors a little scared, a little shook. They was like, we was scared to laugh, say anything the way, you reacted or whatever. So maybe she needs to work on that a little bit. I don't know. Anyways, then we see Dr. Heavenly, y'all. Dr. Heavenly is so funny. So, Jewel Tankard, y'all know Jewel Tankard from the show The Tankards. They have their own reality show with all them kids they got, and now grandkids and all kind of stuff. I watch it from time to time. It's not like something that I watch regularly, but I do, watch it every so often. Anyway, so she's like, a spiritual advisor, or something like that. And so she comes and she sits with Dr. Heavenly to discuss her issues, which I'm like, girl, you got, you need to have a lot of time, like maybe 30 days to get through Dr. Heavenly's issues. No, I'm joking. But anyways, she tells, Jewel about the issue that she had with Janice, and she was like, it's just like all of a sudden Lil' Kim comes out. So we find out that Dr. Heavenly has an alter ego that she created when she was a young girl named Lil' Kim, because she used to get teased a lot because she was a big child and a big kid, and she used to get teased, and she used to have to snap off on people, like let them know, like, I'm not the one to mess with, okay? But then the funny part is that when she's trying to explain it, she was like, yeah, my daughter said that I don't listen to people. And she was like, it's not that I don't listen to people, it's just that I don't want to hear what they have to say. That shit cracked me up. But she's like, am I wrong? And Jewel is just like, girl, yes, you are wrong. And she tries to break it down for her, gives her a little bit of advice, tells her that she has to take responsibility for herself so that she can be the best. And so she tells her to start writing these aspirations or inspirational quotes or whatever on her mirror every morning, and really trying to practice, this new lifestyle that she's trying to create. Heavenly just wants to know if she could still drink her brown liquor, and Jewel is like, look, you shouldn't put stuff into your body that's not good for you, whatever. Heavenly's like, well, Jesus made wine, drank wine, so I'm going to go ahead and maybe just switch on over to wine. Dr. Heavenly is really funny to me. I don't know why, but she cracks me up. She really does. So Toya is at her house with her boys. And apparently her youngest son, Avery, he's 4 years old, has been getting in trouble in school. He's been hitting the little kids, kicking little kids, peeing on the urinal walls, and just acting up, And so Toya's trying to talk to him, and he's not paying Toya any attention. And I'm sitting here like, girl, you need to snatch that little toy he's playing with and make him listen to you. But in her interview, she's like, she feels that the man should discipline their sons, and, you know, the mom just backs up whatever the dad says. But it was so cute that her other son, her older son, was trying to talk to his little brother and tell him, you know, you need to behave. You shouldn't be acting this way. I thought that was so cute. But anyway, so yeah, but, you know, Toya says all of that about how the dad needs a discipline. But then when later in the episode, her and Eugene are talking about it, and he's like, you know, we're going to take his iPad away for like a week. And Toya's like, no, that's going to hurt us more than just gonna hurt him, because you know when you ground your kids and take their toys away and all their electronics, then who becomes their playmate? You. But yeah, I've learned a trick to that. I just make my daughter do work. I be like, you better go read for an hour. Don't come out of the room for like an hour or whatever. Like, I ain't got time. I'm not playing those little games anymore with her. But yeah, I get what Toya was saying, but it was still funny. But, so they decided they're going to do 3 days, and, you know, but Eugene feels, and Toya feels that because Eugene is out of the house so much these days, and he's not, spending as much time as he used to with the boys, that, you know, that could be why Avery is acting out. And, you know, Eugene is working a lot of shifts because they're trying to pay off the debt and, you know, then keep up with their monthly bills, you know, so I don't know. I thought they were going to be moving into their new house. I'm hoping they do that before this season is over. I mean, damn. I mean, how many shifts can that man get? He said he's maxed out on shifts at the hospital. I'm like, how many overtime shifts do you get before you get maxed out? I don't really know how the overtime works, but man, that's something. Yeah, they need to make some changes quick, fast, and in a hurry. Okay. So the ladies arrive in Nashville, and Simone is so Simone's from Nashville, North Nashville, and Quiet went to school in Nashville. I think that's how her and Mariah met, I believe, something like that. Anyways, maybe not. I can't remember. Anyways, but Simone rented this house that I thought was a very pretty house. I thought it was nice. It was huge. It was really pretty. But it was not up to Dr. Jackie's standards. Dr. Jackie is like, she is a city girl, and she don't want to be living in this old plantation looking house with old rustic wood that, you know, Quiet is like, it gives it character. And Dr. Jackie is like, no, okay, I done worked hard to have everything pristine and clean and modern in my house, you know. But I mean, I have old school taste like that. I mean, I love like the old house feel. My house has that feel. And but Dr. Jackie is like, no. And you know, so we're getting a little bit more. I like how Dr. Jackie is. She's just a little more I don't know, not as reserved this season, or something is just different about Dr. Jackie this season, you know. And she's I don't know, just a little different. I like her a lot more this season so far than I have in seasons past. Anyway, so the private investigator that Simone had hired shows up, and, you know, they're discussing things. The investigator is asking her, you know, different questions, you know, just trying to get some background on Dr. Simone's dad. And Dr. Simone gets a little emotional and sad, and says that she feels a little embarrassed because she, you know, she doesn't know a lot of the information, because basically she, you know, her dad has been, you know, had these issues for so long that she just kind of almost gave up. And so she stopped keeping up with her dad and what's going on and how many times he's been in jail, and, you know, just different things. And that's understandable. It happens. And so she, you know, she's got some emotion and a little bit of guilt because now he's missing, and they're, you know, and she doesn't really have a lot of information to go on. But, you know, it's nice that Quiet and Dr. Jackie can be there for her. Quiet and Dr. Jackie get a little emotional as well because, you know, they recently lost their fathers in the last couple of years as well. But, you know, it's just nice that they can be there for each other. It's it's really sad, the whole situation, but hopefully, you know, well, we know that things don't really work out, you know, but anyways, let's move on. So Lisa Nicole and Dr. Darren go to their pastor, and the first lady for some couples counseling, and she feels that they aren't on the same page, especially with this baby thing, and she wants to work on her communication. The pastor just tells them, basically you need to be honest and open with each other. And Lisa just feels like Darren, he's just not that way. She feels like he's closed and he's keeping things from her, which makes her feel a little insecure. He says that, the whole baby thing, they bring that up. He says that the reason why he's hesitant on having a baby is because he's worried about Lisa's health. I'm sitting here like, that is some bullshit, Dr. Darren. Don't even play it. Even pastor don't believe your ass, okay? Dr. Darren is a mess, I'm telling you. But the pastor's like, you guys, you need to talk about everything. You need to be best friends and tell each other everything. And I guess Lisa Nicole tells Darren all the time that he's her best friend, but he never says it back. And he's like, but you are my best friend. There's nobody that I trust more than you. But just something about Dr. Darren, I don't believe him at all. Like, it's something that he's just not genuine in the way that he talks, and his eyes aren't genuine. His just everything about him, his mannerisms, the way I don't know, it's just not coming across as genuine to me, that he really is in it all the way. He's in it, in my opinion, I think he's in it where he won't leave her, and he basically says as much. But like, I don't know, like, I mean, people get married for different reasons, so it is what it is. But he just, I don't know. So even though he did shed some tears though in the interview, I still just don't believe him, And the pastor says like, you have to be transparent with each other. And he's like, I'm smart enough to understand that you guys aren't 100% transparent right now. And when that pastor said that, Darren's head shot up so fast and looked at the pastor like, oh Lord, my secrets. It's out, Pastor like, you ain't slick, motherfucker. I know. I can look at you and tell, dude, that you're not being open and honest right now, okay? And Lisa Nicole, too. She got some, but that shit was funny as hell when the pastor said that. So, let's go back to Nashville. And the ladies are joined by Simone's cousin, Nikki. So they leave out to go and, hang up flyers, go door to door in Simone's old neighborhood where her dad lives. And they go by Simone's old apartment, and, Simone does a little reminiscing there. They're going door to door, and I'm tripping that these ladies are wearing heels. Well, I don't remember if Dr. Jackie was wearing heels. I know Simone wasn't, but Quad was, and that shit was funny as hell. But they're going door to door, and Quad gets a lead from a lady that says, I think he was like selling, at the junkyard, he was collecting stuff and selling it at the junkyard. So they go to the junkyard, which turns out to be a dead end. And Dr. Simone seems a little annoyed by this, because when they were on their way to the junkyard, she just seemed a little annoyed, and she was just like, this isn't what I wanted this to turn into. I didn't want it to be like a goose chase, She was just saying it was more to get the information out and hopefully, spread the word that her father was missing, and hopefully get some information that way. But, like I said, the lead at the junkyard turned up to not go anywhere, and they ended up going, I didn't write this down, but they did end up going to her old church where her and Cecil were married 20 years ago. They reminisce a little bit about Dr. Simone and Cecil's wedding. It was real cute. Like I always say, I like them together, Dr. Simone and her husband. It's really cute. In Atlanta, at Dr. Heavenly's house, her husband comes home, and she basically fills him in on her conversation with Jewel and Joel Tanker, and asks him his opinion on whether or not she should talk to Janice about their argument and apologize to her. He feels like, that's what she needs to do, and he feels like she needs to, tame her mouth a little bit, keep it. She doesn't have to pop off all the time and start cursing people out and things like that. And I don't really think that Heavenly all the time means any harm. I just think that she's one of those type of people that just says whatever comes to their mind and feels like other people should just understand that that's just the way she is, you know. But I mean, you can't do that with everybody. You have to do that with your close special friends that really know you, and even then you need to, keep it a little mellow, I don't know. Yeah, Dr. Heavenly is funny. But anyway, so they didn't show it on camera, but they did show a little piece of it that Dr. Heavenly and Janice did meet, and Dr. Heavenly apologized to Janice. I was tripping. I was like, what is up with Janice's dress with that big ass bow in the back? I'm like, okay, maybe she was going to a party afterwards and she was the present. I don't know, but yeah. So they talk it out and everything turned out. They apologized. So hopefully their little beef is squashed. We see Dr. Heavenly too, writing affirmations in her mirror and things like that. And, we'll see. I don't know. We'll see what happens with the new Dr. Heavenly. But, I'm of the mind that, a leopard doesn't change its spots. Or is that how that saying goes? A zebra doesn't change its stripes? I don't know. Motherfuckers don't change. That's what I'm trying to say. So, but people can change a little bit. Just a little bit. Not a lot of bit, but a little bit. So we'll see how Dr. Heavenly does the rest of this season. So it's time for Lisa, Nicole, and Dr. Darren to have their talk. The pastor had given them some homework where they needed to write 5 things that they love about each other and 5 things that they don't necessarily like about each other and discuss everything. Basically, Lisa Nicole doesn't like the fact that Darren is stubborn and doesn't like to win. Doesn't like to lose. And then he tells Lisa Nicole that he doesn't like when she doesn't respect his privacy. And she gives him this look, like, excuse me, but then he goes on and tell the story about how, he doesn't like that she takes phone calls when he comes home from, a 12-hour shift. And, she's taking conference calls in the bedroom when he's trying to sleep. And I'm like, dude, that wasn't what you was talking about. You may be a little annoyed by that, but that was not what you meant when you said respect your privacy. But okay, girl, Lisa Nicole probably be got a PI following in his ass every day. And she looked like she was just... she looked like she might just snap off on a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? For real. Like, Lisa Nicole looked... I think he might... Maybe he's scared of her. Maybe it's not. Because so... He says... Okay, so this is what I was about to say. So he says that he loves the fact that she stood by his side and she never turned her back on him. And she was like, and I never will. And he's like, yeah, I know you won't. And then he says, adds on, oh, and that makes me want to be a better man. I'm like, Darren, please. But then I was going to say, like, maybe he's with him. He's with her because, she's a woman that'll put up with all this bullshit. But he might be a little tad bit scared of her too, though, because she looked like she might lock his ass up in the basement, just like I said about Shannon from Orange County. Like, they just got this look in their eyes like they just might snap off, lock him in the basement, leave him, don't give him food and water, tell people they on a business trip. I don't know. So they talk about that, and then this was the most funniest part. Oh my God, Bravo is so fucking shady. So they're in the interview, right? And y'all saw it. Dr. Darren was like, we've been married together for 9 years. And I've been faithful to my wife for 9 years. And then, like, I thought something had happened with my DVR recording because it was like, rewind. And then they repeated what he said. I'm like, when I realized it wasn't my DVR, I'm like, Bravo, y'all some motherfuckers. That shit was funny as hell, okay? I bet you that night was not pleasant after that interview when they taped that shit. That night was not pleasant for Darren. He might have had to spend a night in the basement with no food and water for a couple of nights, through the weekend or something. Anyway, so then Lisa Nicole says that the thing she loves about him is that he always makes sure that she is pleased in the bedroom, okay? And then they start talking about their sex life and how often they have it. And Darren's like, she was like 1 or 2 days a week. And Darren's like, maybe that's how much we have sex, but I have sex a lot more. Because he starts stumbling and yeah, but some nights I'm not home, and he's like stumbling or whatever, and then Lisa Nicole jumps in and is like, but it doesn't matter because the times that we do have it, it holds me over until the next time. That guy with that whole like little scene, the interview, the conversation at the lunch, everything was so awkward to watch. It was so odd. It was just so so funny and awkward. I don't even know. Like, do they even have sex? I mean, the way that they have no chemistry, like, at all. They have no chemistry. And I hate to be laughing about this because it's somebody's marriage, but the shit is funny, okay? And it's on TV, and that's what I'm here to do. And that shit was funny. And it's just, I don't know, like, yeah, maybe they need to go to one of those. Remember, did y'all ever watch Dr. What was her name? Dr. Jen, not Dr. Jen that does the couples therapy, but it was another doctor, I believe her name was Dr. Jen, and she had a show that I feel like it was on HBO, and it was like for couples to come and could reconnect sexually. They need to be on that show. I'm gonna have to figure what the hell show that was called. What was it called? Oh my gosh, I can't remember. Bierman, maybe, or like, I don't know. Anyways, that shit was funny, and that's the show that they need to be on. But anyways, I done went all off into a whole other, that's what I do. That's why my videos get so long. But, yeah, and then they end the episode, basically, with the ladies back in Nashville. They're packing up, getting ready to leave. Dr. Simone is saying that she feels like the news won't be good when the news does come. So, that's kind of how they ended. Next week, it looks like some more arguing and stuff is about to go down. Dr. Jackie's going to snap off on a few people. You're disrespecting me again. You know, Dr. Jackie will turn into mama in that mama mode, that principal mode or something in a minute. So, anyways, but y'all know, tell me about how y'all felt about this episode. Did y'all think that shit with Dr. Darren and Lisa Nicole was as funny as I did at the end? I mean, it was so awkward. It was just hilarious to me. I don't even know, but they were trying. They were trying to make us believe that they are in love and that they have sex on the regular, and you know. Anyways, you guys, that's all I got. Until next time, please stay real, stay safe, and stay tuned to Mika Chanel is just saying. Bye-bye.